And we are back. Childhood, I think. Mom has just taken a job that requires her to be away in the morning and early afternoon. She decides to enroll you in a nursery school program. When you get there, you are greeted by a lady with very skinny legs and large round glasses. There are children playing with buckets of sand, building blocks and toys. There's a small girl sitting in a corner with tears streaming from her eyes. She has a runny nose and red cheeks from crying. I'm angry. I'm going to give the lady with the skinny legs a kick. Why not? What a nasty little girl. I bet you chose this because you thought you might hit her. She avoids your kick and places you firmly on the floor. Next, she reads you the riot act. You will behave appropriately. There will be no kicking. Misbehavior will be dealt with severely. This lady is all business. They don't call her old iron shins for nothing. Oh, I'll get her one day. Your mother has just informed you that a new pile of clothes has arrived from Aunt Doris's house. Let's see, Doris, Edna, and whoever else. A lot of aunts here. Her daughter, Henrietta, has been giving you her disgusting, skeevy, putrid, gross, ugly, grungy, moth-eaten, flea-bitten, and nerdy hand-me-downs for years. This batch contains a pink flowered pair of pants. The flowers are bright green and yellow, a blue and orange ruffled blouse, and a dress that looks like it was donated to the Salvation Army 300 years ago. I'm sneaky. I'm going to dispose of the clothes. How are you going to dispose of them? Accidentally spill a flammable substance on them. Hell yeah. That wasn't sneaky. That was downright dangerous. A spark catches fire to the clothes and burns them as well as half the house down. There's thousands of dollars worth of damage done to the house. Your parents have become very upset. I don't give a shit. You arrive at the dentist's office and discover that you have 4 rather large cavities that need to be filled. Brave. Block out the sensations with my mind. Your status sheet suggests that emotionally you are capable of performing such a feat. Your emotional strength has allowed you to tolerate pain. Experiences like this make you even stronger. Hell yeah, they do. Boop. A neighbor approaches you and asks if you would like to make some extra money babysitting. You evaluate the job. It's a highly nerve-wracking work, and the child is a beast for $20 a week payoff. Why not? After your 3rd week of work, your friends plan a trip to the mall and ask if you would like to come along. Jamie's mother will be driving, but the trip will occur during the time when you babysit. There's no way you can squeeze 2 events on the same day. Ask your neighbor if she'd mind getting a replacement. She doesn't mind. She simply asks a friend of yours who is happy to take the job and the money. And skip shopping. She does a good job and replaces you permanently. Some friend. Dick. I don't give a shit. Your mother's in the bathtub taking a nice, relaxing bath. You're playing quietly in your room. All of a sudden, the doorbell rings. Mom doesn't seem to hear it. Resentful. Ignore. Can I tell? Be resentful and tell Mom? Nonchalant, tell Mom, I guess. Make a good little girl, you tell Mom that the doorbell's ringing. She tells you to ask who is it without opening the door. You learn the valuable lesson of not allowing strangers into your home, which makes you smarter. Hooray. 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 Soap opera star Xavier de la Punda, Dr. Rinaldo Padini on Animal Hospital, will be appearing at a record store in town to sign autographs and look for a child actress to play a kidnapped victim in an upcoming episode. Every one of your friends will be there, especially Christine Hobbs, who has taken 6 years of acting and ballet lessons. This is finally your chance to meet the hunk of all hunks, Xavier de la Punda. If only Mom would drive you. I am hysterical. I'm going to ask Mom to take me. Your mother sees that you're really excited about going. She drives you there and pushes you through the crowd surrounding Ray. That's what all of his leading ladies call him. He's beautiful, although he does look quite a bit shorter than you had imagined. Should I scream? Why would I'll scream. Your screaming fills the air and attracts his attention. He looks at you. Suddenly, he waves his arm in your direction and points at you. Your mother tells you that he is motioning you to come forward. You are frozen in your tracks. All of your friends are pointing at you with their mouths hanging open. He addresses your mother by name, completely ignoring you. You find out that they were buddies in school. He asks if this is your little girl. Later you find out her real name is Eugene Blechner. That is so fucking hot. Your mother has just reminded you that it is time to practice your piano lessons. Okay. Well, I'm okay with that, but I'm still going to throw a fit. Why do you have to take these stupid lessons? Wait, what? Why do you have to take these stupid piano lessons? Oh, your mother echoes back. That's the other part of the sentence. If only I'd continued reading. You have to take these stupid piano lessons because your father and I paid a fortune for this piano and the lessons that went with it because of your begging. What? I don't recall this conversation. Now practice. You have a recital. You practice some scales and then you get down to serious business. You have a recital next week, How do you think it will go? Meh. Well, you're a very confident person with a supportive family. You give a brilliant performance and everyone calls you a gifted child. Then why would I even do that? Like, I wouldn't fuss if, I had known I was taking piano lessons. Well, actually, I might have. Well, no, because I would have rejected them outright. Whatever. Soon after you sit down for dinner, your mother announces that the vegetable of the day is Brussels sprouts. Ugh. Put your finger in your mouth and make a gagging sound. The action is bold and flagrant protest against the authority and Brussels sprouts alike. It is, however, a bit overstated. Say these kinds of responses for issues that have a more powerful influence on your life. What? Your best friend challenges you to a dress-up competition. Oh, you got it. It's on, girl. There's several minutes of posing in make-believe dress-up. Your friend points to your mom's closet and challenges you to some real dressing up. Hell yeah. You find 2 designer evening dresses and pull them on over your high heels. You simply look smashing, darling. You won the contest. Now for a nice makeup session. Hell yeah. Billy Harper is the cutest guy in your class. You've been giving each other the eye for about 2 weeks now. Wait, am I still in childhood? You're all set to talk to him when your best friend, who happens to have nicer clothes and is prettier than you, confesses that she cannot sleep at night because of him. She asks your advice about the best way to meet him, unaware that you too are smitten by him. I am going to be jealous and give advice. Give her fake advice, right? You've chosen to do something devious. You have 2 choices. I say something to make my friend look bad. I wanted her to stay friendly. So, boop. You take your best friend into your confidence and casually mention that Billy's father is a convicted mass murderer. No big deal, though. You can get to know the family by visiting them on Saturdays. Needless to say, your friend's interest is somewhat dampened. Things turn out well for you. You and Billy become a hot item around school. You sacrifice your best friend in the process. What? What? I don't feel good about that. Your new love is soured by the guilt caused by the loss of your best friend. Oh? Try not to think about it. What? That wasn't an accident. You simply cannot put things like this out of your mind. Most you can do is learn to live with the fact that you are a heel. What? What? There's one more ice pop in the freezer that is being saved for another family member. Your mouth waters at the thought of this cool, tasty treat. Oh, eat the whole damn thing. The pop is never discovered missing. The matter is never brought up. Temptation is always good. Always submit to temptation. That's what we learned here today. Marcus Cripple and the Tubeheads are the most popular rock group with crids your age. Anyone who likes them is in. If you don't like them or their new hit song, I Love You, Blowtorch Eyes, you're a definite geek. Why would I spend my whole allowance on their new album? Whatever. I'll go with it. Return home from a record store and listen to the hard-driving sounds of lead singer Marcus Cripple. I love you, Blowtorch Eyes. When I kiss you, my heart fries. With your looks, you paralyze. But my love on your burner, I'm your biggest yearner, Blowtorch Eyes. That is so beautiful. I disagree. A very aggressive girl from a tough crowd starts an argument with you and challenges you to a fight after school. Oh, fuck yes. Everyone whispers about the big fight. Looks like there will be a lot of people watching. Hell yeah. The girl shoves you hard, knocking you off balance. She scratches you in the face and neck. She's much more used to this kind of thing than you are. Suddenly, you see that she has left herself off balance. Smack her ass. Hand smacks it hard against the girl's cheek. The girl tells her friends to jump on you. Oh, we're doing this! The girl knocks the wind out of you and you fall to the floor. She's just about to step on you when the principal comes and breaks up the fight. Everyone involved in the fight gets suspended for 2 weeks. Oh, can't believe I lost. While you're outside playing alone, a car pulls over to the side of the road, and the driver motions for you to come over. Oboe 237? Nope. I don't think so. He motions for you to come closer. And I'm going to run away. You just received $25 as a present. Your mother tells you that you can either put it in your own piggy bank or give it to her to hold for you. I'm okay, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but I do not think I will need that. You spend the money wisely, exercising good judgment. You'll be a fine business person. Good, because that's what I was aiming for. I made a lot of money as an entrepreneur last time. You ask Mom if you can go to a party at the house of a friend whose parents are away for the weekend. She says no. Of course not. She never lets you do anything that is the least bit fun. Crafty. I'm going to ask Dad. Dad, half listening, said, sure, sweetheart, have fun. Boop. You can't figure out what your mom gets so worried about. When you arrive, all the best people are there. Before long, some of the boys begin to get a little rowdy. A neighbor, who is also a policeman, looks in on the house, and before long, the whole neighborhood, including your folks, knows what's going on. You're grounded for a month. Meh. Time to work. A famous dairy products company is sponsoring a baking contest at your school. The first prize is a new bicycle and a trip to Disney World. Your mother is the world's best cheesecake baker. You know that getting her to bake the cake for you would certainly tip the chances of winning the contest in your favor. Devious and get my mother to bake the cake for me. Tell your mother that there's a bake sale for charity at school and ask her if she would help you by baking a cake. She agrees. You bring the cake to school and enter it into the contest. As a result, Melissa Baker wins the contest with her homemade ice cream cake. Some of the teachers suspect that you did not make the cake yourself and mention it to your mother. You're grounded for a week. What? Horse shit. Oh, time to get sexy. At a party at the house of one of your friends, Mark Powers, a.k.a. the most incredible hunk in the 9th grade. Wait, I'm in 9th grade now? Asks you to be his partner in a game that some of the kids are playing. The game is called 7 Minutes in Heaven. It is played like this. All of the couples find a place to be comfortable in a very large room. Someone is in charge of working the lights. When the lights go out, the couples make out and stuff for 7 minutes. When the lights get turned back on, the couples can either stay with each other or switch partners. Yeah. Trying to get some of that dick, son. The two of you get comfortable and the lights go off. Mark pulls you close and presses his lips against yours. You can... kiss him for a bit more before trying anything else or become more aggressive. Yeah. Sure. As you kiss him, you feel him moving close to you, pressing himself up against you. You can... give him a French kiss. Let him touch you on the outside of your shirt, nibble on his ear. Get some of that titty, boy. You place his hand on your shirt, thinking it will please him. Instead, he looks like he gets into a panic. He stutters and says, I gotta go get a soda. I'll be right back. The next day, you find out that he told all of his friends that he had his way with you. What a prick. While looking at yourself in the mirror one day, you begin to realize that you're beginning to get a chest. You're not exactly what anyone would call voluptuous, but the thought crosses your mind that it might just be time for you to begin wearing a bra. Sure. You wait until Mom is in a good mood and nonchalantly mention that you think it's about time for you to begin wearing a bra. This frightens your mother, who tries very hard to avoid the fact that you are indeed blossoming into womanhood. Soon Dad mentions it. The next day you get your first bra. Hooray. We're getting sexy times again. Early in the morning, while you're still groggy from sleep, you rub your legs together and notice that it makes you feel very good. You wonder whether or not you should keep doing this. Oh, hell yes. You feel a hot, tingly feeling between your legs that spreads all over your body. The more you rub your legs together, the better it feels. You wonder about whether to continue doing this. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to touch myself with my hand. Time to not jack off, gel off, I suppose. As your body gets warmer, you notice some goosebumps on different parts of you. As you rub, you begin to get a little nervous, wondering what's going to happen. All of a sudden, your body gets tight and shivers for a few seconds. It feels weird and good at the same time. After this, you feel tired. Even though you may have never heard of this word, you have just done something called masturbate. How do you feel about this? Meh. This is the beginning of exploring your sexuality. Like everything else that has to do with sex, people have all kinds of opinions about it. As you grow up, you'll find that you have to choose among these options for yourself. Where things like sex are concerned, it is best to have all the information before deciding anything. Truth. Russell Martin is one of those friends who never acted like a stupid guy. Even though you are a girl and he is a boy, you've always gotten along great. You have listened to each other's problems and told each other secrets that no one else even knows. Next week is the annual Sadie Hawkins dance at school. All the girls have to ask guys to be their dates. You would have a great time with Russ. There's only one problem. Russell's about 5 inches shorter than you. Who cares? Of course, you have a fantastic time. You make fun of everyone who is stupid enough to comment on the difference in your size. 5 years after the dance, Russell becomes a 6'6" dream. And I don't care. You're relaxing in your room one day when you notice a slightly wet feeling in your pants and a small round stain between your legs. Oh shit. When you check to see what is happening, you notice that the stain is red and you realize that it is blood. Wait. Yeah, embarrassed. Like, what? Trust me, if I was bleeding from my crotch, I would definitely be confused. Do you think your mom has any idea about what is happening to you? Hell yes. Do you have any idea what is happening to you? Yes. Mom takes you aside and explains that you have started menstruation. And this is the beginning of a new time in a young woman's life. There are times when it will seem uncomfortable and distressing. It may even get downright painful and make you tense and irritable. Mom explains that as you get older, you will learn to adjust to it. For a time, you may feel a curious mixture of sadness and joy at being grown up. Some people say that this is the beginning of womanhood, and that is scary too. Getting used to all the changes in your body makes this time of life difficult. It's like walking into a house that you've known for years and finding all of the comfortable furniture has been replaced by new pieces. I suppose. There's an elderly woman who lives in a house up the street. Everyone calls her the witch. Some people say she's really paranoid, calling the cops on kids all the time and screaming out the window, even when there's nobody there. At night, she keeps her light on all the time and sits looking out the window. For the past few days, the light has been off. Some of the kids think she's just dead in there or something. They jump in front of her house and sing "Ding Dong, the witch is dead." The witch is dead and laugh. What? What the what? No, that's mean. One afternoon after school, you look from outside the gate to see if there's anything going on inside the house. There's nothing. I'm going to go through the gate and knock on the door. You hear a voice call out from the back of the house, "Go away and leave me alone." I'd like to know if you're okay in there. You hear nothing for about 30 seconds. Finally, the door opens. The woman looks pale and dazed. She seems smaller than you imagined, very delicate. In the corner of her almost bare living room, there's a television set. Beside it is a large box of old rubber balls and toys that were left, or had accidentally fallen, on her lawn. She asks you why you have come. You mention that you noticed the light has gone out, and you thought she might be needing some help. She explains that she has no way to replace it. She is told to climb up to it. You can ask her if she'd like me to do it. She thanks you. Her face softens. While you're fixing the light, she tells you a very sad story. A long time ago, she had a little girl very much like you, so polite and so kind. She says her daughter is beautiful, and repeats it over and over, as beautiful as a picture. She and her husband lived with their daughter not too far from the train yard. She used to tell her child, "Anne-Marie, stay away from the tracks or you'll get hurt." One day, her daughter and her husband went out to play catch with an old ball. The ball got away from Anne and rolled across the tracks. While she was chasing it, her foot got wedged between two rails. Her father and she struggled to release it, but before they could, they were both struck by a freight train and killed. She's been alone ever since. When you are finished fixing the light, the lady gives you some milk and freshly baked cookies. It almost seems as though she doesn't want you to go. Before you leave, would you like someone to do odd jobs? Her face brightens. "You must be paid," she says. "I can't afford much, and you have to do a fine job. You can have all of the cookies and brownies you can eat. I promise you that. You've done a much kinder thing than you can probably imagine at your age. You've given this woman a reason to live." Fuck. Didn't want to do that. Oh well. May I live, you learn. It is springtime and love is in the air. You have been thinking about Rob Nielsen night and day and have finally mustered the courage to write him a secret admirer note. Rob is every girl's dream. He's almost 13, has big blue eyes, and is captain of the soccer team. Oh, I'm confident. Or no, wait, I'm hesitant and ambivalent. And I'm going to give the note... No, leave it in his book. Yeah. Me brave enough to sign the letter? Hell yes. Too bad. He thinks that you are weird and ignores you. Oh well. I can still think about him. Who's the founder of modern chemistry? Ooh. Lavoisier? You are correct. Who is the founder of modern psychiatry? Modern psychiatry. You're correct. Who's the inventor of the telegraph? Was that Marconi? I feel like it was Marconi. I might be wrong. You are not correct. Who was the Austrian-born founder of the Ethical Culture Society? I don't know. I've never heard of that before. You are not correct. Who takes over as president? Both the president and the vice president die. The Speaker of the House. Right? Right. You are correct. Hooray. The latest craze is wearing a dog collar around your neck with a t-shirt proclaiming your dog name. You have just spent $5 on a shirt that says Fifi Rex the Mad Mongrel, and I've borrowed one of your dog's collars. On the way to the house, your mother says, "Do you think you're going out to school with that ridiculous get-up on?" Yep. Your mother is furious because you ignored her. She tells you that if you want to act like a dog, you'll be treated like one. Maybe I'm into that. You are forced to eat your meals from a special dog dish with your dog name written on it for the next 3 days. Yeah, but that's cool. You have just seen a fascinating movie about horses. They look so incredibly neat. Imagine just climbing up on top and riding around all day long. You could learn to jump and join competitions and shows, or you could just take care of it and be its friend. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna get that horse. You approach your mother and beg her about owning a horse. She's always loved horses too. It's just that there's so much care that goes into owning a horse. She'll have to discuss it with your father first. I'm gonna beg him. You try the best you can to get your father into that let's just run right out and buy a horse frame of mind, but he's in one of his practical moods. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but if you like, we can go to Uncle Henry's farm this summer and you can ride some of his horses. That'll work. I'm satisfied with that. Yeah, I've just discovered that your best friend's boyfriend has pulled his life savings to buy her a pair of diamond earrings for her birthday. What? Later that evening, she tells you she is thinking of dumping him because she is not sure they make a good couple. I guess. Concerned now? Yeah, I'll tell her boyfriend. Sure. Traitor! That is what your friend screams when she discovers what you did. I know, you're only trying to be a good sport. Even so, your choices showed bad judgment. Eventually, your girlfriend and her boyfriend get back together, and she gets the earrings. They see you as a troublemaker and stop hanging around with you. I don't give a shit! Oh, we're getting sexy times again. You're in the house alone. While you're exploring the drawers, you notice a Playgirl magazine underneath a pile of clothing. Hell yeah. The middle page folds out to show a man in a cowboy hat and boots, with nothing else on. You try to turn the page, but you just can't believe what's there. Your eyes are frozen in one spot in particular. Yeah, give me some of that dick, son. Your curiosity simulates some early sexual fantasies. At this point in life, unless you're extremely precocious, you don't have all the facts about sex. You are finding out fast. Nope, I'm taking this for later. The centerfold guy continues to intrigue you. Every once in a while, you have a sexy dream with him as a star. Oh, jeez. The star? Seriously? Who founded the American Federation of Labor? No idea, but I like the name Samuel Gompers. Hey, I'm right. Who was the first vice president of the United States? I forgot, but George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. Was it John Adams? I feel like it was John Tyler. Hey, I was right. Who was the first ruler to consolidate the Slavic tribes? I like the name Pyotr. Not correct. Which one of these scientists is credited with the discovery of oxygen? Shepard. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? F. Scott Fitzgerald. Hooray. 60%, baby. While walking around in the store with your friend, you notice that she sneaks a small item into her purse. You ask her what she's doing, and she tells you how easy it is to shoplift, saying they never check girls. Boop. Yep. Your trustworthy characteristic shows that you haven't been devious before. The store manager calls the police, who in turn call your mother. You're grounded for a month. Meh. I get grounded a lot. In the schoolyard, your friends are discussing something very secretively. You go over to see what was going on, and you hear one of them say something very strange. It has to do with the way you are made. Alright. Meh. Yeah, alright. You have taken this information in stride. You have seen Wild Kingdom enough times to know that such things are indeed possible. You giggle at the thought of your parents doing it. Ugh, doing it. Doing it. You're in the house, bored, with absolutely nothing to do. Masturbate again. Your mother keeps telling you, read a book. You look over at the telephone and wonder, how many children in town, in this state, in this country, in this whole world are bored at this very second? Why not try to make a new friend? Let's go! The phone rings. Young lady, what do you think you are doing? Oops, it's Mom on the extension. Now we have something to do. Go to your room. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You and your family are at a holiday get-together. Uncle Sam is sitting in the corner of the room drinking from a funny-looking glass. He's the one who always kisses you and squeezes you hard whenever you see him. Mom says to mind him because he's your father's brother. What? But you don't like him. He always smells like whiskey. Here he comes now, calling out your name and saying you are his little darling. Mad and walk away. You're not letting that smelly old man near you again. Yep, I need an adult. Your mom sees you walking over but doesn't know what you are walking away from. She sees Uncle Sammy and thinks he is about to eat the rest of the food at the buffet table. He eats like a horse, Mom always says. She steers him away from the table and from you too. That was close. You have just passed through childhood. Family life is progressing very well. Really? Dad is the greatest hero of all time, and Mom is pretty terrific too. Physically, you're healthy. You contract the standard fare of childhood diseases, assorted sniffles, coughs, bumps, and stomach aches. Socially, this can be an awkward phase of life, especially when you hit the ripe old age of 9 or 10. Should you like boys? Should you not like boys? Decisions. Say the word! All in all, you are developing good social skills. You don't always close your mouth when you are chewing food, but hey, nobody's perfect. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development, you are not the kind of girl that can be easily trusted. Some people might even call you downright sneaky at times. Downright sneaky? The degree to which you display aggressive types of behavior is somewhat alarming, especially for a young lady. You can be nasty and spiteful at times. Yep! You're about to enter adolescence. It is a somewhat hectic time of life, full of surprises. There will be many high highs and many low lows. With each year, you will gain responsibilities. You may also notice that people will begin to start forgiving you less for things previously described as mere childhood habits. You will be expected to act like a lady and become helpful around the house. Sometimes you may become moody and teary without any reason at all. Oh yes, then there's a matter of boys. If you haven't noticed them much in this phase, I'm sure you will soon. They'll also be noticing you quite a bit. Dude, I made that guy grab my titty. Welcome to adolescence. For be the things I'm wiser to know. Idleness, sorrow, a friend and a foe. For be the things I'd be better without. Love, curiosity, freckles, and doubt. Whatever. Okay. Once again, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to stop here. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Blip.